Alright, so what is up everybody, it's Mobase12, back at you guys with a brand new video. And today it's not necessarily a brand new video. I made the same style of video yesterday, but yesterday, I don't know why I put that video up on YouTube. I was really misinformed. I just was all over the place with that video. Wasn't necessarily a good thoughts. I completely forgot about our own players. I forgot that we had a new defensive coordinator. I forgot everything. I was kind of flustered. But this video is here to kind of fix that. That video wasn't even edited correctly. Enough about that. This is the real, updated Mobase U12 thoughts on free agency for the Philadelphia Eagles. Alright, so let's get started. First off, talk about Rodney McLeod. I love the Rodney McLeod signing. He came from a Rams defense that was really aggressive and loved to attack. And just like the defense that Jim Schwartz is bringing to Philadelphia, he said that he wants to bring a defense that attacks. That's been so far his main sort of tagline. And I think Rodney McLeod's going to be the perfect safety to fit in with the defense that Schwartz is bringing in. And to be quite honest, his style of defense, both Schwartz and McLeod, fits in with the culture of Philly. Philly is a blue-collar city. We work hard. We don't take days off. And that's the same way with Rodney McLeod. He's also really intelligent on the field. He knows how to read offenses, and he knows how to pick up on tendencies. So he's very intelligent on the field, and off the field he's a hard worker. He doesn't really get into trouble. So yeah, just an all in all, good free agent pickup and a great person to add to the Philadelphia Eagles. So, love the signing. Next up, we have Leodis McKelvin. Now, I like the signing because it adds some quality depth to our corners. However, the thing that has me worried with him is his age. He's 30 years old right now, and he's going to be 31 by the time the season starts. So that's a little bit of a if factor. Also, he has a tendency to bite on some play-action fakes, something that Bradley Fletcher, Cary Williams, Nate Allen, a lot of our defensive backs and safeties used to do. That leads to him getting beat deep quite a bit. However, he is an absolute ball hawk when he is around the ball. So if he stays with the receiver and the ball is going to the receiver, you better know Leodis McKelvin will attack the ball. Whether that's going up for an interception, going up for a deflection, if it's a tackle, then he's going for the fumble. So to have a tendency to get beat deep, he does also sort of make up for that, where if the ball is around him or in his vicinity, he's going to go after it. He's going to attack the ball. We could see that personally when he was versing us, how he went after Brent Celek and he completely snatched the ball right out of Celek's hands. So he's very aggressive around the ball, but like I said, he does have a tendency to get beat deep. I probably see him coming in and contributing at nickel, in a nickel corner role, but I could also see him have the ability to win the second starting corner job if he does show up Nolan Carroll in training camp. But personally, in my opinion, I'd rather it be Eric Rowe and Nolan Carroll starting on the outside for us, and him coming in as sort of a rotational guy in nickel. Next up, we got Nigel Bradham. Now, in my previous video, where I was all over the place, I thought of this signing as, alright, but that's because I forgot that we have a new defensive coordinator. We're running a 4-3. And since then, I've looked up more and more highlights of this guy, and my thoughts of the signing have changed from alright to love. I love this signing that we got for Nigel Bradham. First of all, he's familiar with the scheme that Jim Schwartz is bringing and can help our other linebackers, Michael Kendricks and Jordan Hicks, sort of get accustomed to that scheme. So sort of the ins and outs and the communication and stuff. He's also a phenomenal open field tackler. As you guys can see in the highlights, when it's a one-on-one tackle, 90% of the time, he's going to make the tackle. He's very good at tackling, something that we lacked severely last year out of our linebackers and defensive backs. They could not tackle. That David Johnson run, the Cardinals up against us, I think in week 16, terrible tackling by everybody on that defense. So to come in here and get a good tackler, so to come in here and bring in a guy who knows how to tackle, that's going to obviously add a lot to our linebacking core and a lot to our defensive core. Also, he's a great coverage linebacker. He can go out and cover the tight ends, read the quarterback's eyes, He doesn't necessarily lose track of the tight end or a running back that's going out for a pass. So he's a very good coverage guy. When he played strong side linebacker for the Bills, he had a lot of success when he played that position. So I definitely see Jim Schwartz putting him in the similar position in our defense. So now on defense, we have two really, really good coverage guys in Bradham and Kendricks, and an absolute stud in Hicks. So our linebacking core is looking better and better. All right, next up we have Brandon Brooks, the right guard we got from Houston. Extremely strong and will dominate defenders at the line of scrimmage. His explosiveness from his legs and his arms, how he can sort of get up on defensive linemen. At the same time though, he doesn't necessarily just rely on his strength. He also has really good technique. So if he does get beat inside, he can sort of use his technique to his advantage to sort of regain some ground. He's more of a strong bruiser type guard who will get up under you, but at the same time has good technique so he can sort of make up for lost ground. He's also really disciplined, doesn't get a lot of penalties called on him, which if anyone saw the Eagles play last year, we got a lot of offensive line penalties. False start, holding, whatever it is, we've got a lot of penalties last year. So bringing in a disciplined guy, that'll really help our offensive line. And also the Giants getting a whole bunch of really good defensive linemen. This is going to sort of help us on the interior so we can run the ball better by bringing in a big bruiser type guard in Brooks. Alright, so now we have Chase Daniel. And this one is a little harder to really examine because he doesn't really have any real NFL experience. He has come in at the end of games, but that's usually if the team is winning. So it's kind of hard to gauge what exactly he really is. But from what I can tell from his college highlights and his limited NFL highlights, he is a smart quarterback and he can read defenses well. He can thread the needle when he has to, and who can read defenses. He also has a little bit of athleticism in him. If you saw the highlights, he can run the read option and he can run when he needs to. So other than that, I don't really know what to say on this guy. He's sort of an unknown at this point, but even an unknown is better than Mark Sanchez. Let's be honest here. Alright, so now we have Chris Givens, the speedy receiver who last played for the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, Baltimore Ravens. Now, Givens, he has a good reputation with Bradford. He has that chemistry with them, and when he played in St. Louis, I believe his rookie year, he had his best year with Bradford under center. He's extremely fast and runs really good routes. As you guys see the highlights, he's beaten Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, and Patrick Peterson on fly routes, go routes, where the routes aren't, stop and go or stop on a slant or something. It's just run in a straight line basically, and he beats them because he has that speed. His problem is, what he lacks is his physicality. He is a shorter receiver and he has trouble getting off the line in press man coverage and doesn't usually win contested one-on-one catches with other receivers. So what he really excels at is just getting downfield really quickly, and then he'll catch the ball, he'll be relatively wide open. But if he gets jammed up at the line of scrimmage, or if you throw him up a ball in the back of the end zone, 95% of the time he's not coming down with it. But I don't think that's what the Eagles want him to do. I think that him and Huff will be playing the slot this year, and they'll use Givens as a sort of decoy where he'll run downfield and he'll take away a safety so he can leave someone else like Jordan Matthews or Nelson Aguilar one-on-one with a corner, and Bradford can throw it up to one of them because those guys are a lot more physical and attacking with the ball on one-on-one catches. And finally, we have Rueben Randle. Now, Rueben Randle is playing pretty well in the first few years of his career, but he has really slowed down these past couple of years. This might have been because of Odell Beckham, but there's also a lot of talks that he's kind of lazy. He doesn't give his full effort. He runs out of bounds. It's kind of similar to what DeMarco Murray did, I think, against the Dolphins, how he slid after he got the first down. He didn't keep fighting for more yards. And he doesn't necessarily have the drive that he used to play with. Now, Rueben is no slouch. He stands at 6'2" and has the leaping ability to make contested one-on-one catches. So he has the physical abilities that you look for in a receiver. Over 6 feet tall, great leaping ability, attacks the football when it's there. It's just his work ethic that needs some work. He's also shown that he can be a quality receiver at the NFL level. He's only 24. and he's going to be 25 by the time the season starts. So he's not old. He's still young, so he still has time to turn it around and sort of recoup what he lost these last couple of years and sort of prove everyone wrong that he's not a good receiver anymore. He doesn't play with heart. Because you know, in Philly, if you come to Philly, you have to play with heart. If you don't play with heart, we're going to rip you to shreds and kick you out of town. That's what we did to DeMarco Murray. Chip Kelly didn't coach with heart. He showed literally no emotion. So that's what we did to Chip Kelly. And that's it for my thoughts on the Philadelphia Eagles free agent signings. In regards to the draft, I'd like to see us draft Vernon Hargreaves from Florida. I believe he is the best corner in the draft, way better than Jalen Ramsey, in my opinion. Great man-to-man coverage corner. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, if you did enjoy, please remember to like the video, share it on social media, and subscribe. Make sure to check out my Facebook page for some copyrighted videos. This one was 12. I'm out. Peace.